Welcome to This Week in Jackson County Schools. I'm Pamela Stone, and if you're just now joining us, we are here with Mr. Brad Moore. He is the ag teacher over at Pisgah. And is it Pisgah School?
Pisgah High School. Pisgah High School.
Even though it's not a high school completely, it's still called high school.
We have pre-K through 12. So
that's one thing about Jackson County is the ones that they're like schools and high school that never match what's in there.
No, no, they do not.
No, they do not. So, anyways, you're pre-K through 12th, and you guys have, you said, about 650 students.
Yes, ma'am.
That's pretty good. Okay, and you're the ag teacher, the agriculture teacher. So, tell us a little bit about your background for people who may be watching and does not know what agriculture, what an ag teacher would do, what you teach, stuff like that.
I am actually what's known as a non-traditional. My education degree is actually in biology, and about 4 years ago, I moved from the biology classroom to the ag shop, and moved over to agriculture, and I had to take what's known as the praxis to do that, and so I am, technically qualified, highly qualified in both science and agri-science. And I've been out there for 4 years now, and I really enjoy it. But the classes that I teach can range. There's several, like 50 different classes that we can teach. It's crazy. But I have forestry, I have landscaping, I have just regular agri-science class. I have a dendrology class, which is the identification of trees. I think I said landscaping already. A construction class. So it's a very broad range. We're kind of the, I guess you'd say the jack of all trades, but kind of the experts at nothing. We have to do a little bit of everything, but we.
So do you focus on actually? If I remember last time, you guys have animals.
Skyline actually does. Where we are located at Pisgah, we do not have animals because we do not have anywhere on campus that we could have animals. But we do have a garden and we have an orchard as well.
What do you do with your vegetables?
We donate the vegetables to the neighborhood, and
nice.
In our community there where we are, we do not. For a couple of years, we did not have a grocery store. It was about a 25-minute drive or so to the nearest grocery store that sold fresh vegetables. And so we started this project where we would grow corn, tomatoes, green beans, okra, cucumbers, things like that. And then the kids would come in even during the summer and help me harvest them. And then we would take those vegetables, and we just set a big table up on the front porch of the ag shop, and we have an Instagram and a Facebook, and we would just post pictures and say, the vegetables are there. And by the, once people start realizing, what we're doing and the vegetables have started coming in, it would, about 2 hours, they would all be gone. So yes, it was a pretty good thing.
So how did you, coming from biology, how did you get trained in agriculture in the first place?
Well, I worked in several different fields coming up. I as a teenager, I worked for a carpenter building houses from the time I was 13 all the way through college, and then you're anytime on Sand Mountain, you're around cattle farms and chicken houses and all that stuff. But it's an ever changing field, and we spend our whole summers in workshops learning. I think it was 21 days this past summer, 21 nights that I spent away from home on different workshops and things like that.
I think teachers don't work during the summer. And you're not alone. I know.
It was 21 nights this year.
I don't do quite 21, but
that I spent away from home doing different workshops and different things. So
you kind of already knew how to do a lot of the stuff already. And biology definitely takes a lot of biology to grow vegetables and stuff like that.
A lot of the same content standards and things that I had in biology is also in animal science and some of the different classes.
Do you have a leadership class for the kids too, like in ag? I know there's an ag leadership class.
Part of our content standards and part of our curriculum in all of our ag classes is what's known as a 3-tier curriculum, and it includes leadership, FFA leadership programs and stuff, and we do a lot with the kids during the summer with that as well.
Now, do they have to clock in like, it's a job, and
I do not have
and stuff like that?
I do not have a clock in my shop, but I know some agri-science teachers do, but I do not have one. I would like to have one, but I just hadn't got around to it yet.
Yeah, well, it takes a long time to put all of that into place.
Yes.
Definitely. So, all right. So you guys got a lot of things that have been going on. You guys went to your national convention.
Yes, ma'am.
And then you guys did your fall competition, and then you also just did a fundraiser. So let's talk about the fundraiser, because the kids are brought 4 kids, but they'll talk about a lot of this. But let's talk about the fundraiser that you guys just went and did.
Okay. Our FFA chapter at Pisgah High School teamed up with our FCCLA, which is
Home Ec.
Home Ec. Yes,
I know, but everybody's going to call.
Yes,
Home Ec.
that's the Home Ec, and we teamed up with them, and we hosted a Christmas party for the chapters where we sold $5 a plate, and the kids came during their lunch and ate. And we're going to take that money and put it toward the Christmas Angel Tree
nice.
program. We have some students that could use some help, so that's what we're going to be doing with that money.
That's cool. Who gets to go buy the gifts?
Actually, a home ec teacher called me a while ago and asked me if she could go do it, and I said, "Yes, ma'am, you can."
I'm sure you.
I'm
no problem.
Yes, I'm good with that. So she is going actually this evening.
Oh well, good. And what did they get to eat for their $5?
Chili. We fixed. We had 2 big pots of chili. And then the kids helped with the serving and everything. So
that's good for them.
They enjoy it. They get to do stuff like that a lot for me. So.
And then they get to eat for free?
No, we charged them $5 too.
You did?
Yes. This was to raise money.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Okay. Who made the chili?
Miss Johnson.
Which is?
Our home ec teacher.
Okay.
Yes, she makes some of the best chili ever. So I wasn't going to try to compete with that.
How many kids did you actually end up serving?
Gosh, close to 50.
That's good.
Close to 50.
Did you just have
I guess
one
it was
lunch?
more than that. Yes.
Just one, so everybody could come at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Well, they came during their lunchtime. We just had one. I misunderstood your question. We just had one Christmas party for them, and they came during their lunch, which ranges from 11:35 to about 12:20.
Okay.
So.
Well, good. So you made a good amount of money. So you should be able to help. You said 3 kids?
Yes.
Well, that'll be really nice for them. So, well, good. Okay, and so you brought 4 kids here today.
Yes, ma'am.
And then we'll meet them in just a minute. And then I know that FFA week is coming up right after we get back from break.
Yes.
So what is FFA week?
FFA week, National FFA week, is the same week as George Washington's birthday, and it is I think they said this year it is February 16th through the 23rd.
Is it just to bring awareness to?
Yes,
the program?
to agricultural education. Each chapter does another activity each day. We've still got to sit down and really decide exactly what we're going to do. But one of the things we like to do is, at our high school, we have 3 feeder schools or elementary schools that are K through 8. And the last 2 years, we have gone and spoken to the 7th and 8th grade at each school. And then last year, the kids wanted to get some children's books pertaining to farm. And they went to read to some of the younger classes, first and second grade, and that was a lot of fun. I think my kids enjoyed it more than the kids they were reading to. They really had a good time doing that. So we'll try to do that again this year. And then we do several other things. We'll have a cookout one day, and we have a day. Usually the Monday of that week, we are out of school, but the teachers have to come. The students are
right.
And so my officers will come in and prepare coffee for all the teachers, and that's kind of part of our
That's neat. Mm-hmm. That's neat. You say really busy. Do you have
Yes,
a
ma'am.
giant calendar?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you rely on the kids to keep you organized?
They try, but there's no hope for me.
There's no hope for
No.
you. Okay. Well, I have to rely on some of mine too to try to keep it. All right. And so then you said that you've already been to National Convention, which I'll have the kids talk about. you didn't compete, but the kids went, and
Yes,
I mean,
ma'am.
there's a lot of other things the National Convention.
Oh
did.
yes. There's a lot going on. It's a week of
How many people do you
activities.
think actually show up? Like, because it's like everywhere, right?
Yes, ma'am. This year there was. He's flashing numbers over to me. Probably around 68,000, roughly, students. And-
68,000.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
I wasn't
It's-
expecting.
yes,
Well,
it's
FBLA has it, but we're about 3,000,
Yeah, this is
not
68.
68,000.
68,000. It's in Indianapolis, and every one of the kids will be in official dress, and you'll see what.
They look
And
sharp
when you get 68,000 kids walking down the street,
in official
and
dress.
everyone's in official dress, it's real. It's
powerful.
mind-boggling.
It is.
It's mind-boggling.
Especially since they're teenagers.
Yes.
And so many people think teenagers are disrespectful, and not that some aren't, but so many of them are.
Right.
They're great. So, all right, well, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to bring on your students, and we'll finish talking to them.
Okay.
All right, we'll be right back.
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from the family of Tennessee Valley Net and the Trenton Telephone Company. Stopping to wish each and every one of you Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year as you gather to count your bountiful blessings from the Trenton Telephone Company and Tennessee Valley Net.
Hey, that cold weather is coming, and it's never too early to get your winter supplies from Rising Fawn Hardware and Supply. 4300 Highway 11 South in Rising Fawn. Everything you need to wrap pipes under the house, winterize around the doors. Make sure your outside faucets are protected, and keep those drafts from coming through the windows. Get your supplies for fall and winter for the home and farm today. Rising Fawn Hardware and Supply. 4300 Highway 11 South in Rising Fawn. Telephone 706-462-2071. When you or a loved one is facing a life-limiting illness, hospice care may be the answer. At Tapestry Hospice, the patient is the focus of our care. We are here to serve you and facilitate your wishes. Tapestry caregivers are concerned with managing your pain, keeping you in touch with your physician, and helping you make plans for the future. Hospice is life-affirming, and Tapestry Hospice can help you deal with all aspects of life, mind, body, and soul. Call Tapestry Hospice for more information. 706-383-8812. That's 706-383-8812. Tapestry Hospice. Redefining hope.
Gigabit Internet residential service is now available to customers of the North Alabama Electric Co-op with NAEC Fiber in Jackson and Marshall County. Residential gig service is now available for only $79.95. Call today to have your gig service installed at 256-437-5000. High-speed fiber residential gig internet service now available to customers of the North Alabama Electric Co-op with NAEC Fiber. Business and commercial customers can get gig service too. Call for pricing 256-437-5000. Gig service from North Alabama Electric Co-op. 256-437-5000.
Come hungry and leave satisfied at Cloud's Pizza, Highway 71 in Higdon. Cloud's Pizza uses only the freshest ingredients, and we hand toss our own pizza dough. Our pizzas are made from scratch when you order, so they're always fresh. And don't forget about our famous Sand Mountain cheese sticks. You can eat from the daily buffet or try a mouth-watering hamburger or cheeseburger. Come see your friends at Cloud's Pizza, Highway 71 in Higdon, and never leave hungry. Call ahead at 597-3100 for Cloud's Pizza. Visit us on Facebook at Cloud's Pizza and more.
Come see us at Cloud's Pizza.
The Big Jet Fly.
I need somebody to get back. Hog a cat. Where you talking about?
Talking about 5, 4, 6, 2, 4. Rolling on the river. Big Jet Fly, shoots and gas, gas, gas. Till I reach the highest ground. The Big Jet Fly. WFI.
Pastor Randy Tinker of the congregation of the Trenton Ministry Center, stopping to wish you and your family the best this Christmas season, and we invite you to join in our services anytime. Merry Christmas to you and yours from the family at the Trenton Ministry Center and Pastor Randy Tinker.
All right, welcome back to This Week in Jackson County Schools. I'm Pamela Stone, and if you're just now joining us, we're here with Well, these are officers over at Pisgah High School. They're part of the ag program, and they look really nice. You guys look really nice in your uniforms.
Thank you.
Very snazzy. Okay, so I'm gonna let them introduce themselves, and then we're just gonna talk about what they've done so far this year and what's coming up, and then what's coming up after Christmas, plus also what's looking toward the end of the year. Because honestly, when you have a program like this, on any program, whether it's this, home ec, FBLA, you really look at the whole as a year, just figuring out what you need to do. So, okay, we'll start with you. Tell them your name and what grade you're in, and maybe your favorite subject, and anything else you want us to know about you.
I'm Corbin Query. I'm in 11th grade. I do the land judging and the cattle judging competitions. Cattle is probably my favorite out of the two. I have Brad's class, which is my ag teacher, twice a day. Lucky for him. And then I'll let you introduce yourself.
My name is Emma Ellison. I'm an 11th grader, and science would have to be my favorite subject.
Really? Okay.
I'm Madison Phillips. I'm an 11th grader, and I do the forestry competition in the spring, and then math would have to be my favorite subject.
What competition do you do?
Forestry.
Forestry, what do you do?
Floriculture.
Okay, what is that?
Floriculture. Really, it's just you kind of study the plants, and you have to pick out which plants are which and what's the best soil for them and how to properly care for them.
I need you at my house. They always die. No matter what I bring, it dies. Okay, what about you?
I'm Holden Goff, and my favorite subject would probably be math. I do the floriculture competition with her.
You do? Okay, and you're 11th grade as well?
11th grade, yes.
Okay, awesome. All right, well, welcome to the show, you guys. I'm really glad you're here. So do you like the uniforms?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so somebody tell me what actually, you called it official dress. What is the official dress code?
It is your blue corduroy jacket with the FFA emblem, and it has your school.
And your name's
state.
embroidered on it.
Well, some of them do.
Okay.
I got mine ordered. But you have either black dress pants or a black skirt with pantyhose.
Okay.
You can either wear black heels or flats. You have to wear a white button-up shirt, and if you're a guy, you wear a tie. If you're a girl, you wear a scarf. Most people don't know, but your zipper is supposed to be tucked into your jacket instead of sticking out. That's just the main parts of our official dress.
So like the gold thingy that you pull, the zipper
Yes.
pull?
Mhm.
I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. They do look very nice. And do you guys fundraise to make the money for that? Or do you just fork it out?
We kind of have these jackets that kind of get passed down through the years. So
Unless your name's on it. Is there any other chorus?
No.
No? Okay. All right. So let's talk about what you've already done so far this year. You guys had a fall competition. I guess this is your area since it was land.
Yes, ma'am.
So where did you learn to judge land, and what do you do? Okay, I was a city girl growing up. I grew up in Denver. And the first time I moved here, I had a student who owns a cattle farm up here, and he was talking to me about a heifer, and I honestly thought it was just a larger woman. I didn't know it was a cow. I'm dead serious. So I don't know anything about land either. So tell me, for anybody else like me out there that doesn't know anything about it.
The land judging competition is basically a competition where you test the soil. You have your forest, your pasture, your cropland, and then your home site. Your home site is kind of, is it good to put a septic tank here? Will this be good to put a house? You have to permeability, erosion, the texture of the topsoil and the subsoil. Basically, you have to tell them what they need to put on the cropland or the forest land. Does it need to be prescribed burned? Different things like that to help farmers. And
Where did you learn this?
we actually studied it in the ag shop.
Oh, really?
This year, our team had never done anything like it. So we got in there and we started asking around the community for people who had done it before. We watched YouTube videos of people telling you how to test the soil and different things like that.
Did you like it?
I did like it.
Did you? And none of you have ever done any of that?
No, ma'am.
Do you have any desire to? It's okay to say no. I'm with her. She's like, no, no. I'm just going to hire somebody to do it. So, of course, I wouldn't want to judge plants and how they grow either, because mine are always dead, usually brown. Okay, and then what did you do any competition, or was it just literally only land judging?
It was
Just land judging.
But did y'all get to go?
No.
No. Okay, so just you got
Just
to go.
the team.
Okay. All right, and then you went to national conventions, which was that exciting?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so as we just heard from Mr. Moore, there was 68,000. I thought that was a mistake. I thought he was going to say, no, that's 100. 68,000 people at this place. And I mean, we have 3,000 that goes to FBLA, that's nationals, and it's crazy. I cannot imagine, like, how long did it take you? When we go to nationals, it takes like 20 minutes to get an elevator to get upstairs to the hotel. How long did it take you to get to did you guys stay overnight?
Yes.
How long did it take you to get on the elevator up and down?
You see, we have different hotels around the area, and we usually get like a house or something kind of off the outskirts. That way, transportation and getting places is a lot easier. But this year we stayed in a hotel, and it was actually very nice.
It was a very
Were they nice?
Yes, it wasn't hard to really get in the elevators or anything. It's mostly those hotels right beside the convention.
Yes.
Okay, well that's cool. So, what was your? What did you guys do? So let's tell us what we did. One of you.
Well, we went to the college section where a bunch of colleges are set up, like Auburn, Georgia.
Oh, wow.
And you get to talk to them about agriculture or just about the college itself. And you want to go to Auburn and you're just like, hey, what do I need to do? And you just learn. And then that was probably my favorite part.
And at some of those booths, you can actually sign up to get a scholarship.
Yes.
Like you can apply for a scholarship there.
Right then.
All kinds of stuff. Yes.
That's awesome. And 11th grade's the perfect time for it because you guys need to start doing that right now. What was your favorite part?
Oh, goodness. Everything, really. The days that we didn't have to go to nationals, we actually went and got to see the Great Lakes, so that was cool.
Oh, that's neat.
Then we also got to kind of sneak in Notre Dame campus, so we went and saw some of that. So that was very cool.
Was this during the summer?
No, it was.
This was
October.
The week of Halloween.
So it was cold already.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was
freezing.
It snowed on
Was it?
Halloween.
Oh, did it?
Yes, that was very cool.
What was your favorite part?
I actually didn't go.
Oh, you didn't go? Oh, that's okay. All right. Well, that sounds like a lot of fun. Anybody had the favorite part of going out to eat and eating any fancy food at restaurants?
We went to a Scottish restaurant one
that
night,
was-
and that was
that was your
very
experience.
good.
Because we kind of we were have this little joke where we want to try like haggis and stuff like that, and we actually did.
Yeah, we actually
went
did.
and
Was it good?
No, the haggis wasn't good, but they had this thing called Scotch eggs, and it's kind of like a sausage ball with an egg in it.
That was very
really good.
Was it really?
Yes.
Well, at least you all tried. Did all of you try the weird food?
Yes.
That's good. Because some kids will be like, I'm not trying that. You try it. That's great. I used to tell my FBLA kids, take a picture. Did you guys take pictures of your food?
Our
You should,
sponsor did,
because
yeah.
it's really cool. Because then you always have it, and you can always remember and put in a book. So, awesome. Okay, and you guys are getting ready to do a fundraiser. Well, you already did. Well, you already did your fundraiser, and you're using the money. Okay, and then you guys are actually making ornaments for
Yes,
yourselves in class.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so tell us about that.
Our ag teacher, Brian Moore, he gives us an assignment. We have to go make candy canes. We have to trace out a drawing on our piece of plywood, and we have to go and cut out the candy cane and paint it and decorate it, and that is one of our grades. And then he kind of lets us go free range on our second ornament and third and fourth and fifth. We just kind of have to be creative and draw out and use the saws and different
What's
tools.
the candy cane for?
We have a tree in the ag shop where we hang our candy canes and stuff on it.
So it's not. You don't give it to anybody. It's just there.
No,
Well,
we
After
can
that, we can take it
home.
home and then
And we get
whatever
on
we
our
want with
trees.
it. Yes,
Oh,
we get
that's
on
cool.
our trees for years
So
to come.
what ornament are you making? Or can we talk about it?
Oh, we can talk about it.
Okay.
I made an ornament, and it kind of has like the outline of a longhorn
Okay.
cow on it. And I have another one that says Merry Christmas. I wood burned them. Merry Christmas, and it has like a little snow scene.
Okay. Well, we have some pictures of them making them. We'll watch that while we're talking. What are you making?
I didn't get to make any this year because I don't have any classes, but last year I made the candy canes, and then I painted a picture of it snowing, and it was not.
So you're a painter. I am not this
Sometimes.
talented. That is for sure. What are you?
I made an angel, and then I made the FFA emblem.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. What about you?
I don't have an ag class this year.
Oh, you don't?
But last year I made a snowman.
Snowman. That would have probably been my favorite. Okay, so somebody tell us what this is. I'm guessing the wood shop.
Yes.
Yes, that is the ag shop.
Yes. And that's
If you
everybody
see
working.
to the far right, you have the scroll saws.
Yep.
Where everyone is lined up. We have 3 of them.
Okay.
And then on the left, right here, you see the guy in the orange shirt?
Yep.
That's the band saws. We start out cutting our straight lines on that one, and then we go to the scroll saw to kind of use our more
Detail.
detailed.
Yeah, detailed.
Cool. That's a pretty big space. What are they doing here?
That is them using the scroll saw to cut out what looks like the rest of their candy canes.
That's just like the really thin one.
Yes, and that is the
That's
sander.
the sander.
Okay. Those are pretty good pictures.
And that's them painting
That's
their
the
ornaments.
And you just use regular paint, or do you prime the wood first and then paint it?
We just
We
use
just use
regular,
regular
paint.
paint.
That's pretty cool. Now, he said that there was, he said about 140 students in the ag program
Yes.
total, but not all of them went to the competitions. But you guys are all officers.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
so what's your position?
I'm the vice president this year.
Okay,
I'm the secretary.
okay, that's a lot of work.
I'm the treasurer.
Okay, money,
I'm the reporter.
the reporter. So what do you report?
Just keep track of social media and stuff, I guess.
Do you send local newspapers articles or anything?
Yes.
Yeah, sometimes. So how's vice president? What do you do for that?
Pretty much anything and everything. If something needs to be done, I'm there. I'm doing it. If we need to go somewhere, I'm signed up, ready to go. If we have somewhere where I need to talk, like this, I'm in.
There you go. Pretty cool. Okay, the other thing is that, so you guys are doing that, but then next year you're already getting ready for like your spring competitions, officer selections for next year. And of course, we just talked about FFA week, which is February 16th through the 23rd. What was your favorite part about, did you all do that last year?
I did.
You did? Yeah, how was it?
It was
very fun.
It was
I enjoyed
You like doing talk to the little kids?
Yes. We actually went and read a book to the
That's what I was
smaller
saying.
kids.
Yeah.
And then the older kids, we just kind of told them about our experiences in FFA and,
And our favorite
explained
parts and
all of that.
Did you bring any plants and show them
No.
that you could keep them alive? That might be good. Some of their parents might not know how to keep them alive either. Good class you could teach the community. Okay, so tell us about what you're going to compete in the spring competition. Do you have any idea? Land judging.
Well, land judging is in the fall.
Okay, so
So I'll be doing cattle judging in the spring.
where did you learn cattle judging?
Well, we had a previous officer a couple years back. His name was Rain Starkey, and he had been with cows his whole life. He showed cattle for a little while, and he kind of taught me how to do it, and another person on my team, which is our president this year, taught us how to do it, and we've kind of went on from there teaching each other.
Huh. What are you going to take?
Probably floriculture.
And where did you learn this? I mean, this stuff
He gave
just
us-
floors me. I mean, you just one day, oh, I think I want to learn about plants.
Well, my ag teacher kind of threw me into that one.
Okay.
And he's like, here, you need to look over this study guide and take these tests. And I was like, okay.
Okay, so but you like it?
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
If you could do anything, what would you do?
I want to do like either cattle judging or horse judging.
Horse judging would, yeah, definitely. No offense to your cattle, I'm sorry. All right, and what about you?
I do forestry.
Okay, so what does that do? I don't.
Okay, forestry in the competition itself, you will go out into the woods and then you have to measure trees and see how many logs each tree can produce, and you have to identify trees, and then there's a compass course. So you take a compass and you'll have to point it at this certain object. Like last year, you had to point it at like a light pole and then a
Ham,
tree
sweet
and then another
potatoes,
light
and-
pole. And then you had to count your paces, and you had to use the compass to determine what direction it was and everything.
What were you trying to find in the end, or do? What
No.
was the object?
There was nothing. You
Nothing?
just had to do it to get points, and then
Just learn how to
yeah,
read
it's
a
called
compass.
a compass course, so that's what you have to do.
Had you used a compass before that?
Yes.
Okay. What about you?
I'll probably just compete in floriculture again.
Really? So what got you into that? I mean, what did he make you do it too?
We were in his ag class, and me and him were there, and we said, sure.
So what other options are there besides that we're not talking about, like other competitions?
Tractor driving.
that would be good. What else? Can anybody think of any?
Well, when you get to a district level, you have like diesel mechanics, you have the Creed speaking, you have a vast variety of different things you can do.
String band,
quartet.
Oh yeah, I remember that from last year. That you can actually have a group play music. Yeah. Well, cool. And if you play instruments?
No.
No. Okay. All right. Well, it sounds good. Well, you guys did really good. Anything else you guys want to mention before we leave?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Well, I wish you all the very best of luck. You look super cool in your outfits. And when we come back, we'll talk to the other ag teacher. He is from Skyline. We'll be right back.
Grandma's Pecan Pie. As we gather at home this Christmas, glad to see our family and friends, the board of directors and employees at Citizens Bank and Trust wish you the happiest Christmas seasons. Citizens Bank and Trust, Trenton, Higdon, and Lookout Mountain.
Have lunch or dinner at Guthrie's, home of the original golden fried chicken finger and the best chicken finger sauce in the world. Guthrie's can help you plan your family's meals or get-togethers with bucket specials every Tuesday, those delicious wings on Wednesday, and platters every day of the week. Plus, get sweet tea by the gallon. Remember, Guthrie's has a party room for small gatherings, too. Guthrie's, Highway 136 West in Trenton, home of those golden fried chicken fingers and the best chicken finger sauce in the world.
Guthrie's, no fast food, good food fast.
Citizens Tri-County Bank, the only community bank Marion Countyans will ever need. At 402 North Cedar Avenue in South Pittsburgh, 4765 Main Street in Jasper, and at 14087 Highway 28 in Whitwell. Providing the highest standard of customer services with a personal touch. Our associates can help you with personal loans, personal lines of credit, a variety of mortgage loans, and more. And we offer real-time internet banking too. See us in South Pittsburgh, Jasper, and Whitwell today. Citizens Tri-County Bank, the only community bank Marion Countyans will ever need. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Innovation and quality. Two things you don't normally hear about in a recruitment ad, but you'll hear a lot about innovation and quality when you join the team at Vanguard National Trailer. Vanguard is an industry leader in the production of dry van trailers and composite plate trailers.
And right now, Vanguard National Trailer is hiring energetic and hardworking team members to be assemblers and welders, as well as industrial maintenance for first shift openings.
And you'll work a full 40-hour week in 4 days, which means 3-day weekends. And overtime is available. Working at Vanguard National Trailer has other great benefits too, like paid holidays, paid vacation, medical, dental, vision, and life insurance, plus a 401k plan.
Full-time work, 3-day weekends, available overtime, and great benefits. That's Vanguard National Trailer.
Fill out your application today. Vanguard National Trailer is an equal opportunity employer.
Apply in person today. Starting pay $10 to $14 an hour, depending on position. Vanguard National Trailer Corporation, Highway 11 North, turn beside the Primary Healthcare Center on Vanguard Drive.
Come enjoy pizza for lunch or dinner in a family-friendly atmosphere at Stevie B's Pizza in Fort Payne. Enjoy the buffet and salad bar anytime or have a specialty pizza made to order. At Stevie B's, take advantage of Two-Stamp Tuesday for adult and senior buffets and Thirsty Thursdays when drinks are free after 4 p.m. Take out any medium pizza weekdays between 2 and 5 for just $4.49. And on the weekends, take out any 2 large pizzas just $14.99. Book your parties now by calling Stevie B's at 256-979-1234. Stevie B's Pizza, 2200 Galt Avenue North, Fort Payne. As we count our bountiful blessings, the Board of Directors and employees of the Dade County Water and Sewer Authority would like to stop and say thank you. We wish you the happiest of Christmas seasons as you celebrate with your family. Merry Christmas from the Dade Water and Sewer Authority.
Welcome back to This Week in Jackson County Schools. If you're just now joining us, I'm Pamela Stone, and we have switched gears. We were just talking to the ag teacher, Mr. Bradmore, and he's from Pisgah. Now we are going to be talking to the ag teacher from Skyline, and is it Mikey Counts?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, welcome to the show, Mr. Counts. How are you doing?
Doing well. Glad to be here.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. Okay, so Skyline, you said is about 520 students or so?
Yes, ma'am.
Pretty close. How many are in your ag program?
I've got just under 100 in the ag program throughout the day.
Total?
Yes, ma'am.
That's a lot.
It is.
So tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, how you got into it.
I was very active in FFA growing up through high school. I followed in my oldest brother's footsteps. He was an active FFA member. And I knew I sort of wanted to go into a career in ag some way. I started my college career. I kind of thought I wanted to be an ag engineer, and then transferred into forestry. And then I'm like, and then my ag teacher was a really big influence on me. So I really liked the things that he did, the things that he taught us. So I thought that would be a pretty good way to spend my life. So 22 years later, I've been teaching that long. So.
There you go. That makes it good. So you did go through a traditional teaching.
Yes, ma'am. I am traditionally certified. We've got a mix in our county of both traditional and non-traditional, but I'm one of the only few traditionally certified that we have in our county. So.
Really? Well, it's kind of hard in a lot of our career and tech fields, not just ag, to do that because, engineering and, so many of them are just different. Like, I'm not either. I mean, I got that way, but I wasn't teaching business and computer science, accounting, and stuff like that. So all right. And then, did you have a favorite subject?
It was ag.
Just ag.
Anything science related, though. I always enjoyed science. So, and there's a lot of science in the things that we do in the agriculture industry. So.
Well, there is, and so you have animals at your ag program.
Yes, ma'am.
So what kind of animals do you have?
Currently, we have calves, goats, pigs.
Calves as in cows?
Yes, ma'am. They're both calves that we have are just a little over a year old. So, and then we have baby pigs that are about 3 weeks old, and like I said, goats, chickens, and we just recently got a rabbit. So we're in the rabbit business.
What are you going to do with a rabbit?
Well, it's actually a pet, but it's just it's one of those things. Any kind of the skills that these kids can learn, they have to take care of all these animals. They're responsible for feeding them, taking care of them, making sure that they change out the bedding, stuff like that.
So they're at the school?
Yes, ma'am. They're all at the school, and the kids are responsible for it. I've got kids that will come up and feed on the weekends. Typically, I do come up and do that because I just like to keep my eyes on them, keep hands on them, just to make sure that everything's going all right.
Right.
But the kids still do a good job. If I'm out of town or can't make it, then I've got several of my students that I can call and say, hey, would y'all go check on the animals, and they'll take care of them and feed them. So
that's really cool because that's a lot of responsibility.
A lot of responsibility.
That is. That shows a lot of leadership. Do you teach? What are some of the courses that you actually teach in your ag program?
I teach the traditional Ag 1, 2, 3, and 4. And they have different names, but that's basically the concept of them. Each year the coursework increases. They're a little heavier on certain things for a year, and then additionally I will teach some extra stuff. Like I've taught in the past horticulture classes when we had our greenhouse up and going. I teach animal science, and I teach a pre-vet science course periodically where the students have to learn how to give medication. We have scales. They learn how to do sutures. They learn how to give shots, draw blood, a lot of things like that.
In that particular class or
yes,
just
ma'am.
Generally?
In the class.
Okay.
So, and then I've actually taught some wildland firefighting courses also.
Really? Mm-hmm. That's pretty important too.
Yes, ma'am. And we have a lot of students in our smaller schools. Parents are in the volunteer fire department, and I've been a volunteer firefighter for 30 years.
Oh, so you have a lot of experience
yes,
with that then.
Yeah.
Wow, that is a lot. And, I think with the firefighting, just the fact that the animals can get stuck in that, that's got to be a lot that you got to think about when you teach it too.
Yes, ma'am. And pretty much everything that we teach now is revolved around our livestock.
Okay.
When I have students that are learning welding right now, and as soon as they get good enough in the welding shop, we're finishing up the repairs on the old livestock trailer that we bought so that we can have our own livestock trailer at school and not have to borrow one from someone else. So our construction, when we learn about construction, we're repairing the barn that we have. It was a repurposed tractor shed that they built a new tractor shed for our school. We started utilizing this one for our livestock housing.
Okay.
They built all the fencing too, and we were able to we've received about $8,000 worth of grants over the last 3 years from Tractor Supply to build fencing and our handling facilities. So, and the students have all done all the work.
Where do you get the food for them? Do you have to go purchase them?
We do purchase the food, so we're sort of self-sufficient.
I say that's a lot of money.
It is, and I've got local farmers that will donate hay to us. Several of our coaches that people believe in the program that we have, the things that we're doing. A lot of the livestock has been donated. Some of the pigs that we have right now I purchased those to begin with, and the offspring are what we've raised. So this is our third generation of pigs that we've had coming from the first.
What do you do with them all?
Well, we will sell some of the livestock, but the pigs, when they get to market size, we will carry them to a slaughter facility. It's USDA inspected, and we'll have them processed, and we actually sell the meat to help fund the program to keep it going.
All right.
So we currently have sausage and bacon and pork chops for sale if anybody needs any.
There you go. That would be good. What about your cows? Do you do
The calves are the same thing. When they get to market weight, we'll carry them to sale. And
how long do they have to live for market weight?
It just depends on how well they grow. We're looking to get them about 450 to 500 pounds. So we got.
What are they now?
I haven't weighed the calves. I've got a calf right now that we probably need to carry to sale, but the market prices are down. So I actually had an individual that had asked me about purchasing it, that they would like to just fatten up for themselves and have slaughtered eventually. So if I can get a decent price out of it, we'll just go ahead and do that. It'll save me from having to carry it to the market.
Are they a lot of money?
Not really. Calves are they're bad down right now. Prices are bad. So if you're a cattle farmer, you're not making a whole lot of money. Okay. It's a good time to buy calves.
Well, I used to have a friend who would buy them for $25, the babies. Mm-hmm. And then she would raise them until they were like just a couple months old. And then she would give them to another person who would raise them from that to, I guess, maybe till they went and got slaughtered.
Yeah, you can buy a lot of bottle calves. And that's what we end up with. We get bottle calves. Something happens and the mama passes away or just don't have anything to do with the baby. So people will call us, and it's labor intensive when you're raising a bottle calf, because you want to feed those things about 4 times a day. So my kids love it when we have the bottle calves, though. They're really excited about it.
Do they get to bring them in the school?
We bring them inside the shop every once in a while. And the first one that we had, once we got him halter broke, they took him everywhere. We carried him to softball games. And we had other students.
But then what do you do when it's time to actually, slaughter them?
Well,
I couldn't do that.
And I understand that, too. And I have to explain that to the kids that eventually these animals are going to be terminal. They are going to market. That's what their purpose is for.
Yeah, no.
They're not pets. They do pet on them and they name them.
Oh my gosh, I would be heartbroken.
It's rough for some of them, but they understand the process, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get them to understand, where their food comes from. We want them to be knowledgeable.
I mean, the truth is, you're right. That's at school or at a regular farm. That's what it is, but I don't know that I would take them places and hang out with them and become friends with them if I was going to slaughter them. So you were telling me before you guys do a fundraiser.
Yes, ma'am.
So tell us about that fundraiser.
Well, we are just finishing up our fall fundraiser, which is we sell fruit, citrus fruit and apples, and then we sell smoked meats. So we most all that has been delivered. It's a pretty good fundraiser for us, and it funds a lot of activities that we do throughout the year.
Where do you get your fruit?
We order it. We have
it's like oranges and stuff?
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We've had several suppliers over the last couple of years, but supplier we're using now is out of Michigan. So the apples come from their farms on Michigan or their orchards in Michigan, and then they deal with the rest of the fruit. They're a broker for the citrus and the other products that we sell. And they package some, so there's gift boxes and things like that.
I love the fruit.
I do too. It's a good time of year when we get the fruit in the shop.
The oranges and the apples, definitely. So, well, good. Sounds like you got everything. And are you ready for what's next?
Yes, ma'am. In FFA and Ag, there's always what's next. There's always something new coming down the pike for us. So.
Okay. Well, you got competition coming up. Plus FFA week's coming up right after.
Yes, ma'am.
I think it's February 16th through 23rd?
Yes, ma'am.
That's a big. What do you guys do for it?
Well, our kids in the next meeting in January, our kids will decide on the activities they're going to hold, and we allow them to decide. And we usually have different theme days, so the students will dress up according to
every student.
Yes, well, not every student. We have a high participation. We have 100% membership, so all of our FFA, or all of our students in Ag are FFA members, and we have additional students that are not taking Ag classes anymore, but are still members because they've taken Ag classes before.
Okay.
So we have FFA is one of our big activities at our school. So we have a lot of participation in FFA.
But you get 100%.
I just feel it's important. No, really. We pay all the dues through some of our fundraisers.
Okay, well,
I feel that it's important for every kid to have the opportunity to participate, and most of our county schools do the same thing. Most all of us have 100% membership.
Awesome. All right. Well, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk to 3 of your students right here.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. We're excited. We'll be right back.
Merry Christmas, everyone, from Robin Rogers, attorney at law on the Courthouse Square. From Attorney Rogers' family to yours, he would like to say Merry Christmas from Robin Rogers, attorney at law.
At Comfort Gallery in Kimball, you can truly shop for any piece of furniture from any of our manufacturers. Drop in today and use our in-store kiosk. It's over 40 inches of full color, completely interactive for ease of use. And yes, you can shop all of our manufacturers for virtually any piece you may be looking for. Come to Comfort Gallery in Kimball to find exactly what you need for your home using our kiosk to shop from all of our manufacturers. Free delivery and setup, 1 year free layaway, and 6 and 12 months same as cash available at Comfort Gallery, 780 Main Street, Kimball, Tennessee.
When you need a licensed plumber, call Stacy Ledwell and the staff at Mr. Rooter in Scottsboro. Mr. Rooter provides your home or business with advanced solutions using high-tech equipment. Our commitment to customer satisfaction shines through in our personalized service. When you schedule an appointment, our professionals will dedicate time to explain the work that has to be done. Our staff will give you upfront pricing, so you'll know exactly what's involved before any work begins. We even pump septic tanks and do new construction on houses. Fully licensed, bonded, and insured, Mr. Rooter in Scottsboro. Call Stacy Ledwell today to set up an appointment at 256-574-4710.
Georgia Northwestern Technical College is now accepting applications for classes. We offer programs in business, health, industrial, and public service at 6 campus locations with financial aid options as well. Take day, evening, or online classes to get your degree, diploma, or certificate. Apply now. Drop by one of our campuses today or check us out at gntc.edu. Georgia Northwestern Technical College.
Can you gig it? Oh, yes, you can. We know you've been waiting for a long time, and now Tennessee Valley Net is bringing it to you. Gigabit internet service now available in certain areas of Dade County. Not just fast, super fast internet service now available from Tennessee Valley Net. People are talking, I mean really smiling about gig speed internet available in limited areas from Tennessee Valley Net. Call today at 706-657-4367 or log on at tvn.net and see if gig speed is available where you are. We know you'll gig it from Tennessee Valley Net.
You want a deal on a Chevy? Roll on down to Riverside. Right now, the Chevy employee discount is available to everyone. The Chevy price you pay is what we pay, and not a cent more. Right now, use your Chevy employee discount for everyone to get over $5,300 below MSRP on the 2019 Chevrolet Malibu RS when you finance through GM Financial. Find your roads and get the Chevy employee discount today at Riverside Chevrolet Buick GMC in Kimball, where our promise is we'll make buying a new Chevrolet Buick or GMC so easy. Shop us online anytime at RiversideChevroletBuickGMC.com.
Merry Christmas from Sundog Pet Salon, reminding you we'll be closed December the 24th through January the 3rd. Merry Christmas from everyone at Sundog. We remind you we're also taking food and blanket donations for homeless pets this winter. See us at Sundog.
All right, welcome back to This Week in Jackson County Schools. If you're just now joining us, I'm Pamela Stone, and we have been here today. I really like this because I know nothing about it, and it's always really interesting with the ag program. I'm growing up in a big city. This is the students from Skyline, from Jackson County Schools, and they're all ag students again. And so their ag teacher is Mickey Counts, and we just got done speaking to him. So we're going to talk, I'm going to let them introduce themselves, and we're going to talk a little bit about what kind of competitions they've been doing and what they do, because it's similar but not exactly the same as Pisgah. Okay, so introduce yourselves, and then we'll go down the road. Go ahead.
I'm Holly Ellis. I'm in 11th grade. I'm Megan Woodall. I'm a senior.
I'm Daniel Olinger, and I'm in 8th grade.
Okay, so what is your favorite subject?
I love English and ag.
I'd have to say science or ag.
Science?
Probably just ag.
Just ag? Or lunch?
Yeah.
Lunch is included in that? Okay. All right, so what do you compete in?
So this past year, I had the privilege of competing on the national level. So I represented the state of Alabama in an event called Prepared Public Speaking. So I had to pick a topic in agriculture that interested me, or that was an agricultural issue, I guess I should say, and research it, make a speech on it, and then be able to present that speech in front of a group or a panel of judges and answer the questions that they asked me about it.
So what did you talk about?
So I talked about ag education isn't just cows, sows, and plows. It's actually more than education.
Is that what you really used?
Yes.
That's cool.
I loved it. It was a great opportunity.
I like that. So how did you place?
So when I went to the national level, I did not get to advance, so I got a bronze medal, and I was in the bottom I was in the bottom 30 of those in the nation, but just
But
proud
still,
to get
I
to
mean,
a
you're
national
talking about,
level.
like you just said, bottom
national
30 of the
competitions.
nation.
Yeah.
And we just said, what, almost 70,000 kids. And although they're not all doing that speaking, 70,000 kids, that's a lot. So
It's a great opportunity.
it was. And it looks great on a college resume.
Oh, I haven't even thought about that yet.
It does look great on a college resume. So what are you going to do this year?
This year, I haven't fully decided yet. I really like the idea of public speaking, so I have the opportunity to do an extemporaneous competition if I choose to do
That's
so.
a big word.
But I may put that off until my senior year. I just have to figure out how good I'm going to
So
get
you're not
yet.
shy?
I was at one point, but I'm not anymore.
Okay, good. Awesome. All right, what about you?
So in this past year, I've competed in the discussion meet, which is where you have a group of people that have to discuss an agricultural matter, the pros and cons of it, and what we can do to make it better. I've also competed in forestry and land judging as well.
Okay, so what was the topic of the...
I'm actually not... I don't remember it because it was in the beginning of this year, and we had several different rounds. So each round you had a different topic.
Okay.
But most of it was based upon, really hard topics that were very controversial in the world of ag. So GMOs or anything like that
Right, that
people
would make
do
sense.
and don't agree on, and just discussing it in a very civil matter, the pros and cons of it.
It's
and
almost
what-
like a debate.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, that's cool. Now, before we go on, we do have to mention that she was a district officer last year, and this year you are a state officer.
Yes, ma'am.
So those additional, do you like that?
Yes, ma'am. I do. I actually spend most of my time and most of my school year traveling. I miss enough school, but I'm able to make those back. But I do. I travel throughout the state, and I've actually been able to have the opportunity to possibly go like out of the country or all over the country, going to different states, like conventions and things like that, while also traveling to different schools throughout our state and teaching about ag education, agriculture, and just leadership in general.
Oh, pretty cool. It's awesome. Okay, so tell us what your favorite subject is. You said
Ag.
ag. Okay,
Yeah.
and so what did you compete in?
Well, there's not a lot of competitions as younger kids.
Yeah, he's middle school, so
I competed in Quiz Bowl this last year.
Tell us what
it's
that
like,
is.
You start off, there's like a bunch of kids. You have like a team of like 4, well, maybe 6.
Okay.
And then you take a test, like a written test. It has like probably 60 to 100 questions.
About all
like
things
all
ag?
agricultural, like history, all kinds of stuff.
Okay.
And you do that, and you have to get the better score. And the top 4 teams that have the best score go on to like a judging, like Jeopardy kind of.
Okay.
Yeah, a buzzer round. So
how'd you do?
we got like 5th, so
not
we didn't
bad.
make it to the buzzer round, but
I mean, the thing is that you got to do it once to know what it's kind of
Yeah.
like and to practice.
And they were within 5 points of getting in the top 4.
Oh,
so
really?
It was really close.
That was really a big deal. Super cool. So, what made you decide? I mean, you're kind of young.
well,
made
my
you
brother has always been FFA. And that's just something I've always wanted to do. I've been around animals my whole life. I live on a farm, so
Do either one of you live on a farm?
I do.
Somewhat.
Do you think that's kind of a prerequisite for like people who enjoy or want to be in the ag program?
No, ma'am.
Not really a requirement, but like internally.
It
like,
makes it easier, but you don't necessarily have to come from a rural background to enjoy agriculture. There's something in ag for everybody.
And I think that's one of like the big misconceptions about FFA is that you have to have that to be in it. But a lot of times you have FFA chapters in the biggest cities in our entire nation. So, Chicago, all the big cities like that, you wouldn't think about there being much agriculture there.
No, not where I am,
But,
no.
Yeah, but even in like Colorado, like where you said you were from, there's so many ag programs that are present in actual city schools. So
That's true.
us being in a small community, it seems like that's one of those things that you have to be in it. But in all reality, there's so many places where that isn't the fact.
Well, where you guys live, just for anybody watching that doesn't know, is like in the middle of country.
Yes.
Where it's
Middle of
nothing
nowhere.
but farmlands and cows and pigs, and I mean it's just right there. So that makes it a little bit easier. Where I grew up, there's definitely the whole eastern half of Colorado is nothing but farmland, and of course we're surrounded by like Kansas and stuff. But the city, there's really not. But we might have had one. I don't know. All right, awesome. So let's talk about what you guys. What do you do for a fundraiser?
So we, throughout the year, based on the need, determines the fundraisers that we do. But it's always a staple that we sell fruit and meat in the fall, and a lot of that it goes back into our ag programs, and it funds various activities that we do throughout the year.
Okay. What's your favorite thing about the outfit? Do you like the outfits?
Oh, I love the fact that we have something official and something that makes us who we are. You know, you see that blue corduroy jacket, you see that eagle, that emblem, and you think that's FFA. Like, I love it. There's
It really stands out, especially like at National Convention where you have 60,000 people and that's all you can see.
All wearing the same thing.
That is cool. What about you?
It's not, people look at it and they're like, oh, that's got to be uncomfortable. It's really not. It's just, it gets normal after you start wearing it, so.
Can you take off the jacket if you get hot?
Normally you don't.
Or is the jacket really required?
It's kind of, it's the main part of it.
Yeah.
It's the main piece. Without it, you're just in business attire.
Yeah.
It's what sets us aside and sets us apart from everybody else.
And you two are in skirts. See, we didn't see the other girls. They were in slacks, and you guys have to wear pantyhose with it.
We do.
They're just like a long gone thing. Do you like pantyhose?
I hate the fact that they run and they do nothing for the cold.
But they look nice.
But they look nice.
I think they
and
look
you adapt to
professional.
them. You get used to it, yes.
They do. I definitely think they look professional. Well, for anyone who has ever thought, oh my gosh, ag, and the first thing I think of is farmland and cows and pigs and horses. But, you can also look at them, and I mean, especially your uniforms, they're, no offense, but they're pretty too and good looking. And so you got to remember, it's not just, I think a lot of people think farmer, and kind of a touch, not that kind of look to it, but very good. You guys sport the jacket's really nice and looks great. And so when do you guys actually go to competition next?
So we have spring competitions at the county level, which would be livestock, forestry, and then we have the greater level competitions, which are at the district level, and that's anybody from North Alabama.
Okay. Have you had to sign up already?
We've thrown some ideas around, but we don't have official sign-ups yet. The closer that we get, the more people that are interested, hey, I want to do this, that's when it becomes more official.
Okay. And we already talked about what you guys think you might want to do. So it's not horticulture or whatever she said.
No, we usually have a livestock judging competition, which is evaluating animals based on how they look and how they stand. We have forestry competition, which is judging trees. We've had discussion meets before. We've had speaking competitions like I've done. Quiz bowl for the junior high level. We've had meat evaluation, like judging poultry meat or chickens. We've had horse evaluation.
How do you do that?
So I've never competed on that myself, but it goes a lot into the quality of meat that you're looking at and the cuts that are made.
Cool. Well, guys, thanks for coming on. We got to run today.
Thank you for having us.
It was super interesting, and I'm really glad you came on. And thanks for the other group for coming on. It was super enjoyable, and I always look forward to having them come out. We will see you next week on This Week in Jackson County Schools.